discussions now in the group and then the two friendlies against Mexico and America. Ebu crowd would drink crowd before sober call Abidjan. A whole crowd here, G-Fast travel and tour 14 Nan Campus America, Canada, Schengen states are who do be Italy, Germany, Netherlands, Nina, G-Fast travel and tours Edo Kama. It's all Australia. And I say New Zealand, Singapore. It's all about G-Fast travels. Local international ticket reservations, local international tourism, local international recruitment, event organization, all sealed by G-Fast travels. They are the best. Amacha Kwanwo Aye Achimota Kisiman Junction. Women say your dream world becomes reality. From our 020-110-7766 and our 050-212-8531. G-Fast Travels. Your dream world becomes the reality. Black Stars coach Chris Hutton akasa bebrebe afa drawer e ba sunra ne ho obetenin kana no pay the sports park as we get into the final stage of the show. We'll do the Black Stars and the very final lap will be the Bet Power Premier League. The Princess are also in action, huh?
Bring back the love where you say you get for your country. Forget the past, but we move on. Cheers to victory. Bring back the love where you say you get for your country. Forget the past, but we move on. Cheers to victory.
And I say, come out G-Fast Travel and Tours for holding us down. Techno Mobile, NFMPO, Max Buy, JB Fresh Fruit Juice, then Star Times, where you enjoy digital life. All right, so this is the group that Ghana finds herself in at the next AFCON. That's Group B. It's Egypt, Ghana, Cape Verde, and Mozambique. Egypt, Ghana, Cape Verde, Mozambique. What to see any Ghana international former Black Stars player Samuel Nkrumah Chichim Komo. He thinks Ghana stands a chance of winning the next AFCON. Chris Hutton, Bosu, na draw nanka say buy no. That Chris, it was saying Chris Hutton small the buy ni.
What's quite obvious is that I think when the group was going to be announced, the fact that we were going to be in the second group of seeds, it was I think mostly thinking which team was going to be in the top group of seeds, and of course as soon as Egypt come out, the first thoughts are of course the very experienced side, very experienced AFCON campaigners. I think have more wins than any other country. I think so. They're experienced in this, so for sure it's very, very tough opposition. But the first thing you think about is it's a competition that you're very much looking forward to. You know, to play against certainly one of the best teams in Africa at this particular moment. But that's just part of it. And of course in Mozambique and Cape Verde, they're two teams that I don't know so much about. We will, of course, do all of our homework over these coming months and seeing their games, of course, their games next month, and we will do the homework the best that we can. But I think whenever a group comes out, You know, I think you always look at it that it could have been better for us, but of course you also have to look at it could have been worse. So it's one that we will very much look forward to.
Chris Hutton talking about the group now. What is in some air banner? So the question is pressure on the Black Stars team to deliver in some
I don't think there's anything as regards pressure related to the past. You know, the pressure is that as a proud football nation that has qualified for this tournament, we want to do the best that we can. We know it was disappointing in the last campaign, but that was in the past. You know, I think all we can do is look forward to preparing ourselves the best way that we can, making sure that we put ourselves in the best possible position to come out of the group, and then of course once and when and if you come out of the group, then of course you have no idea which teams that you will face at this particular moment, but the pressure is always there. You know, we want to win football matches, and the only way that you can achieve anything in this competition is by winning games.
That's Chris Hutton on the Black Stars, whether there's pressure on them to deliver or not. Indeed, after over 4 decades, it was Chris Hutton saying, Chris.
Well, the expectations are always going to be there, and the fact that we haven't won this tournament for quite some time, there are always reasons behind that, and generally the team that has won this competition, or any competition, are the teams that have deserved to win it. So, you know, they are the facts. What we're very conscious of is that in this tournament, as in any AFCON, it's very competitive, and there are a lot of teams, and certainly when I look at the level of the African countries, there is no doubt over a period of time the level has improved and increased, and there are far more players now playing in so many of the African countries and teams that are playing at very good levels, you know, probably mostly in Europe, but very good levels. So we know the competition is high, and we know to do well there will have to be a lot of factors that go our way. But the biggest factor is preparation and performance, and it's impossible to do well in this tournament unless you perform well.
Chris Hutton, a Ghana coach, or say Yajibiache, and Yakonde. There's one thing on his mind to help Ghana win the AFCON. You see, you go Shesumwaya asem. Pempe amount focus as a Chris Hutton okra obono. As a Petre yo na go back could be a PM. As a goal scoring problem amount team no. There now can find Chris.
Well, the period of time you have to work on them is not a long period of time, as anybody knows. Working with the international team, you have them for a very small period of time before you go into games, but you still plan and hope to build something. We have 2 games here in USA, which I think will be advantageous for us as regards our preparation going into the 2 World Cup games, and then of course into AFCON. You know, there are areas of our game that we can improve. There's no doubt about that, and you know, perhaps scoring goals in games early enough in games to take that pressure off ourselves is one area, and all we can hope to do is put in good enough performances, put ourselves in good enough positions in games to allow us to create chances. But that's one part of it. Ultimately, it's about winning football matches, and if I look at the fact that we qualified obviously from the group, leading the group, and in the end, I say top in the group in a good way. So that's the balance. The balance is the performance, level of performance, being able to score these goals, but ultimately it's about making sure that we get the results that will see us go further in the competition.
That's the Black Stars coach Chris Hutton. Wano Enin Sembibria, what they atuja. We'll hear from him later on about the. Okay. Yebetin in Kabium, Ghana in Mexico, boy, and the build up to the Ghana, American game. I see 2 games near but I said America and Mexico for home, so they have the advantage. But of course, a fine opportunity to test the Black Stars ahead of the World Cup qualifiers and they have come later on in January. And see, let's deal with the Black Stars, the group, and what Coach Chris Hutton have said. Then we take a few thoughts on the international friendlies, and then now we'll go for another break. Then we do the Bet Power Premier League to wrap up. Now I do.
Yes, Anna. I didn't say you see I know. Yes, I say for your group, no.
Yeah.
Make us a good group for us.
Manageable group.
Yeah, I think say between Ghana and Egypt, you know, AFCON, I did more than 10. Okabuma. And Tibeka say group teams are AFCON do open a group no. And I think say Egypt in the pay their games some boy in recent times, you know. And said I strong baby compared to previous years. Emuba komu deny from doing wonders for Africa ha. Enti make us say a group my open sell tournament now to me kojia unya group at sa a check and I say a test of strengths going to the AFCON. Enti having Egypt in the same group, Cape Verde and Mozambique. And yet grew up make us say a more damn Ghana to qualify. Only someone don't come in common. I like all confidence with team we see a bit more the next tournament acquire idea. Menene because
the last tournament Ghana had 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So group run say your group no more 3 more. But still you man qualify.
Yeah, Comoros even qualified.
Yeah.
It was Gabon and Morocco who took the automatic slots, and then Comoros qualified as one of the 10 best teams.
Still you man qualify.
There be that. Because you can't qualify with 1 point.
Hey, I may see our Kagana some cry who will be on fenfa. Because the last one could win master do nanya cry. But this time you were opportunity here. The best time quite than in your mini kakra. And time and I discuss the group no. Madame for Bako Tony SNA message say are the only thing I'm going to make the save Ghana for ya dey assume somebody o chance on be appearance training no can won nyina sin chen.
And you know correct. I want to catch you.
And that's dey
and ni nua bi bo akobaka se enyi firi. Asembe no kan. Akra ni nam kobu oden be hospital.
Indeed. That is situation I find yourself. Like I say a normal group. Yeah, you can even top the group. There is no team in our group and me force a Ghana. You near Brescia per a tournament require idea. I say it's true. Egypt in day to say the Egypt are enemy and can no or more potential as we need the AFCON no. Generation we super person maybe. It looks like almost generation we are more easy no. Almost AFCON ni bi ache. I will not be surprised that most of these players going to be that. Because the last time 2010, 13 years.
Why Egypt?
Yeah.
There's no squad member.
There's no squad member.
No.
It tells you almost so. Who say more opportunity in here. And Salah was in the 31 no. And there's an opportunity for him to win the AFCON Libya. Sadio Mane Mone, Riyad Mahrez Mona, or no more Pemson Adjibina. Honestly, the time in here. Maybe the next time I be call AFCON be maybe go na Salah in Europe. Enti ono super first say AFCON we would be yin hu apie. No head you bet my man man no. El Nenemu. Any those players they see account with the Egyptian national team no. So maybe for Ghana can top this group. But we should be careful about Cape Verde and Mozambique. Cape Verde in recent time no stubborn. In fact, start 2013 about some Nana Wakano. I think we met Cape Verde in a way.
Yes, Ghana met Cape Verde.
Yes. Saa 2013 na waka ho asem no.
Yeah.
Yes, Cape Verde wakwan so.
Yeah, I think
But-
Wakasu scored twice in that game.
In that game, yes. And then why the team why the team be
Yeah.
no. Yeah. Inti you to me passes our test no. One of the qualifiers for either World Cup or the Nations Cup mu ba ko se omo.
Like Kingston scored.
Yes.
I think Gordon Trump scored. Matthew Amos scored in 18. Yeah, but no Kromeshon 4 is a 5. That was the last game before Ghana qualified for the World Cup in 2006.
It was South Africa by na boy no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inti oba ba yakwan mu ngaka but you to me pass test no. And I feel say Cape Verde into means in your see akwan bi man say bet ma qualify ko ye nim wa AFCON no. Sa so na Mozambique so na I think Ghana, Egypt are likely to qualify. Ebi aye ye ho na yeso group no ko produce the 3 groups there but me wo gide say the 2 year en kan bi no 2 years ago no. This time they bet ma tournament we na yakote ye ho anim e wa AFCON na no so because
Yes, Wakasu scored twice.
yes.
The Kaiser game. They were on Nelson Mandela Bay.
On say they bia me ka say the best statistics abenya ne say ade no wahwe bi.
Yeah.
Nti wo say wahwe ne nti
No, Elmeni so.
ewu hia say afa na me kwa hwehwe.
Debbie.
They bia me ka say ade ye hwe ball the best statistics abenya. And say wa wodi wani ahwe bi.
Institutional memory. Yeah?
That's the same what you say. What ma kai dey si wo ho nyina.
Oh, yeah.
Dia baby akwa na me ya say na that day no be rust stadium ni abekai.
Oh goodness me. Good morning to my sister and best friend, Veronica Komi. Wherever you are, God bless you for everything you've done. God bless you, Vero. Yento aswe.
Nti before say you bet me room, you be ko enim na you to qualify from this one na.
Yo. Yeah, Nanedu is being very optimistic and nationalistic.
Where patriotism before
Objectivity.
And one answer was so kind. Patriotism will be sad and say
Answer
Ghana.
welcome there.
When you be
Who
sad,
the first in Ghana?
hey,
Who the first
now
in
they
Ghana?
be not Ghana go like come boy. You be
Answer welcome.
yeah, so Nana.
Yes, sir.
In my earlier submission, me kind say o share team back waha West African side. E wa AFCON Egypt. Waha yem pa because in Egypt anka me sure say West African side countries AFCON mukita enye AFCON ketwa. And always no whenever they make it as far as winning the tournament now they knock out some West African teams in the process. I think that the last time we met in the group stages was in was it 2017? And Yeshaya almost share 1-0. And Mohamed Salah goal. And then before that, the last time we also met them was in the final again. Into Mwako team bia ewo AFCON na yeni omu nhyedan yeden. Yeni omu nhyedan yeden. Enhia bebre. We don't often what meet them. But then yeni omu hia so a emu ye den pa. Whenever we meet at the AFCON, yeni omu hia AFCON a emu ye den pa. I think that one thing we need to make this current crop of players know is what happened. Nana in the last AFCON. ABB was say Yenfansho Muchim. Say even when Ghana qualified for the AFCON, now 16 teams, we always made it to the knockout stages. In this 24 teams, ne intimi and qualifier. That means Ejuma or who I was saying yenye. We shouldn't be so complacent say it's going to be what? A pushover for us. You have Egypt in the group. You have Cape Verde. And you have what? Mozambique.
The Black Stars coach has admitted that he knows little about Mozambique and the other opponents.
And yes, you player bidding, so he's even what? Making waves in Europe. This is Guinea because of what? One player.
Yeah.
So teams, Sano, you have very, very little what data on them. But with Egypt, at least you know, say, oh, Egypt have got these players. Collapse near the air consistent. We go with the early players, a couple of players what in Europe. But team beats Mozambique. Oh, fine, I could profile on players. So I believe that we shouldn't look at this thing and feel say, see, it's going to be an easy qualification. Because even in our last game in the qualifiers, I am shishia nyama yefe once a heading. Yeah, qualify. So yen fair no. At least that should be something that should remind us whenever we go into the main tournament. Because it's going to be a very difficult tournament. And one thing I'm beginning to realize is, see, Nana, games are yebebo, friendly games we are yebebo. And the World Cup qualifiers we play in November will be very, very key for Chris Hughton. It will be Yanepa. Games are yebebo. 2 games these are high profile games, Nana. Because you are playing against the co-host of the next World Cup. Any 2 games are yebebo in November. As World Cup qualifiers, no. Nana, it will be very, very crucial. Because we share certain departments of our teams we are not certain. The attacking department, left back position. Are we going to have fit players for the tournament? Those are questions we need to ask ourselves. In our last game against Liberia, we saw the setup 3-5-2. Going into this tournament, are we still going to have the best players around for the tournament? Because we know how the European leagues are going. Teams will also need their players. In the dynamics in the heading, but I think we need to keep an eye on Cape Verde. Because are quality players. And we all know almost affiliation with Portugal. So these players who come through the ranks are very, very quality players. I'm just hoping that at least we can start on a very good note. Whichever team I ever bought in our first game, I'm just hoping that we can start on a good note. Because on paper the air full, Gabon, Comoros air full when we ever show them. You na 1 point. Hey. Nana is shocking. But then it happens in football. We've seen it before. But then I don't say it's here. What the two hopeful. So and I think that the group there is a good group for the Black Stars.
Right.
I'm just looking at how, because from October
they top the group.
It depends on our result with Egypt. Okay. Because Egypt might get 6 points against 2 teams we are. So it also depends on us to get 6 points against these teams. Because unya 6 points and out of your group chances say only our 3rd best place teams in the base high. And in that category, teams are being there. It's likely say you'll be favorite to win. But Nyame can say from October to January is a long time. Anything can happen. From October to January, because these players will have to play, go back to their respective clubs, come back again for international duty before is the AFCON starts. I think so far, so good. Nana.
Thank you, Joe. 7 minutes past 11. Last part on the Black Stars. Chris Hughton, Nyambo Achna, Ghana and Mexico, Akinsia, Yekwakobo, ne Dioshe anymore.
No, I think so. I think we have to vary the type of opposition. What certainly is good for us is to be coming away from home, playing against 2 opposition that in theory will be favourites. You know, as we spoke about, in effect they're almost both playing at home, and so it's an away game for us, going into stadiums where, although we will have our support there, but we will be hugely outnumbered by the home support. So, you know, these are tougher environments for the players to play in. So these are a good test, very, very much so. I mean, of course, what they are not games against African opponents on African pitches. But that's the balance that we have. You know, so we're here in 2 games where the opposition will be favourites because they're playing at home, and it'll be a big test for us. And I think we have to continue to vary the type of opposition that we have, particularly, I say, in the friendly games.
That's the Black Stars coach Chris Hughton. So let's go back to the game. Mexico again, because Make sure on Monday we have time to talk about the United States game. Your expectations, Nanedu?
Yes, Nana. Expectation here. Say coach bet to me use Mexico game no. I assess most of these players are off from in recent time. And the other most share situation it is now. Coach is not combining playing regular players about 50% and giving other players opportunities to about 50%. And so one game and I expect the coach remember most of these players opportunity Liberia there no. Even though we started key players. Now later on in the second half no. You do one eye then a free mo. And see friendly matches in the bay a banner. Almost some of these players international like Usumo. Edmonado had a good game against Liberia. The person has an opportunity be only ahead. Well, you want situation be a players be any bimbo on club side, but when they come to the national team, I'm a boy bonnet. A bit bench or club be, but a national team a commitment level no, I was no. A bit so are genuinely club no bono level no so. And even being part of their 18-man squad no kwano, and man some exposure be on the by a national team or the same experience ne boy. Yeah. Indeed, my person or no so one player of an opportunity will give them back here. Ambrosius, any Nicholas Opoku, any Jiku, started the back three against Liberia. Now, you're bad. In the Jiku, no, when you're a typical left-footed central defender, then you hope to see what's our player anymore.
John Fuku.
In the my person, Obisano, yeah, man opportunity. In the football, na my abedia to say, oh. Left centre back or centre backs more ayane. To the end, I'm a lot of options. Boy, the height and so ye. It's honestly a man opportunity a boy. Now you heard ye. Singular, so when your opportunity to be me and Sabi, or man opportunity near share. Inti menya USA game no be stronger than Mexico. So USA game need the enka obo be 70% the first team players. Na Mexico no obo be 50% the first team players. Now am other players also opportunity. That is one thing I may expect was I give them. A percent players we move against non-African teams near share almost strength kakra. Fine, a people can ball World Cup. You won the way it's here. But all but Mexico in recent time almost so. Yeah, dear kakra. In some of their matches almost all bonwa. A boying. Into my how I can be assessing the boys no. I never acquire a percent. Or sounds so yeah in most of our friendly game. The three back. Me imagine me for say looking at our strengths. The three back system will help us. Coach, but many different.
In every single game, it depends on the
position.
Me
say on trying. Me imagine me for say pay squad they will currently.
And I make say you might have the squad and the system will be suitable to them, but the position determines whether you go with the system.
And there's another option.
Yeah.
Me imagine I'm saying they naturally no you need more than the right back and the left back. Do oh you blast animal. Imagine if sana tie dia na your other players are omobo wing backs e baby body here dia yeah more opportunity Gideon Mensah is a left back but imagine him say oh are there a lot when he's attacking
right
Amidu e a match we so e be anyway one start game we obi say Alidu say dey wa launch na home you say he say looks like the first choice right back answer
Tarek Pra.
Tarek is your call work up by yes we practice times so.
Yeah, Akra. Ni no mpenu mu emre no beto no.
All of a sudden I say this is Daniel Nyame no prepare the dots do.
If you track back at his career.
Sana
from his days at Chelsea Academy no prepare.
I'm hoping so bit my fully before say the wing back position no obet ma boni as most of our right back na one.
Sure.
Because naturally no and then a coach using the wall Brighton and Hove Albion. In think as that time you force like a wing back 3 years and a Keben Shrop. Because Shrop is more of a wing back than a left back.
Right.
In the yeah, as time goes, even the waste. So my say Obakone, Ambrosius, Jerome Oboku, no de Nicolas Opoku so aka eden aka ho no akọ na Shingler no ene Gideon Mensah what I say then Mexico game no wabo Elisha ene Edmonado then as usual Ernest Miama Joseph Painter this time I prefer Semenyo
No bench in Naki.
no abem second half into USA game no
Any Jordan.
USA game no so start in my squad no my bought new players bear 5 now me the old players so bear 5 higher than attach now we're rotating between the two goalkeepers I couldn't first about the second half now USA game that is no matter
Ofori should be given a chance again.
Sana
no yanhwe no na so Ofori opra ba hu no yanhwe no
so there be be say be hin bi o
there be wunte so or your first choice and wopra oba he's falling down the pecking order as the third choice enti da be no benye bi ade prove say or you capable
first choice ndi bi na mba bi o
and I make I say until you give him a chance
yeah me know especially when at least gina da but a man for in shedanya convince enough
although he looks like cementing his place as
it looks like
one,
I say
but there are still doubts in people's
yes
minds so Ofori we say entin kokra
na but man competition na pena
won't make to know but
yes competition na pena me know ya adwene entin ka game we say na waka wada 90 minutes ni ahwe
some popoa
to be being see
yeah
pressure emba ne so
yeah
me know ya adwene I think is a tough point plan we make you ho a clear example so Nicolas Opoku
say Nicolas Liberia or free bench na buy
or started Liberia
or started right
what I say into all the way can ho a ni ehun say o tena bi no diku ni amate ne yoko monako yi salusu ni ho a
Zabo no be somebody
o ye hiana for afcon no all of a sudden your place you prepare you mo call work up ba mo prepare sa wo mo club side
injury prone from Royal Vallecano
oh okay Mayoka
Royal Vallecano
yeah okay in the sanet here o fe situation na so be say na hwe
yeah Valladolid ha ai mumi mbotim be na mumi omo friend Black Stars ni bi uni mumi
onya bi mbo
Is it Portugal?
ono no wo ya Vallecano
Vallecano
He's moved from Rio.
we fi Portugal ba o be 2 seasons krani
oh Charlie nice
go a nice defender o very good defender very good defender na me ni obi o Ben Blaster e din koma o say one defender oni mbo pan but onya opportunity no
oni mbo papa
na me ni obi din why would pa shake traffic no I was talking between ono and the Kasim Adams no
no Mumin is good
no kan say Kasim Adams no ye nimia but Mumin ni mbo say no and me who say then sanet here there and I think say ono so situation into onya bi mbo ni ama making a case for him na heading so me feel say almost some of these players no opportunity no mo so yeden en show be so and then ade ba kwam de kwakwa game ni say number watch na most of these players opportunity na head your most to be the aba blaster no.
Thank you very much Joe
Nana.
yes sir
Was a maker about AFCON group. Me catch us if it is say it could do January. Emu wa because on the stretch no teams be consistent number of games be. Now the players no or man shut down show me ya manage your time and more. Then we might go into the AFCON with too many injury concerns. Especially more mobile Europe and so heading. No because they know very well as a player no okwa onyambai so maybe they try to what to get everything they can out of what the player because enye easy sao players obo Europe obo week in week out obo league no akobo Champions League midweek no abo cup and that forms are now I think say games are ebe October your World Cup qualifiers in November will be very very crucial for Chris Hughton going to the next AFCON. And I think players are he's been consistent with the call-ups. Despite the fact that sometimes you be 1 or 2 new faces. I think consistency or different players. It looks like he knows the kind of materials he wants to work with. But then one of my problems has to do with the tactics. And that's what I want to see in our game against Mexico tomorrow. How is he going to vary the tactics? Will it be based on the personnel he has? Or he will try to say he wants to experiment something with what? With a team. And I know 3-4-3 a boy against Liberia. It was a good formation. But look at the opposition there, the boy. It's Liberia. Ask yourself, say, if we should go into this Mexico game with that same system, Ebefa. And don't forget, say, your team no share attacking department now. Most of the players over there are white players. Osman Bukari, Jordan Ayew, you can say Ernest Nuama, Inaki Williams.
Bukari Pra.
Bukayo Pra. Why?
Also Bukari.
Osman. Who says here?
And I think he's out of the squad. Yeah.
Osman and Count.
Yeah, but I'm just mentioning the players are your available. Your white players are your Ransford Yeboah. It's a share your team nima as a white players now then. A dos room, wingers no. Joseph Paintel is also there. It's the moment that you opt for the 3-back system. Then you should know say you are going to limit what? Your wingers. Because 3-4-3 and a 3-back system no usually maximize you then full backs no.
So maybe just not to cut you. I don't know. Now they are withdrawing Hamidu to join the team, the Mediama team, okay? Yeah. And we are.
So Ombo we are.
So I'm joining.
Debut. Na so be when first to Mediama day first.
I say Ombo Mexico day, but available for the
US game.
And I said, so Bukari Pra and Bukari was not replaced. Those who were replaced were only the defenders.
It's true. And can you come on Omutu no Nkobo. Because on the crowd will crew. Inti the answer of a
simple.
Say you can say train. Offer train as no.
So the media players 14 pen a quarter year. Almost put a number this one. Almost have it.
But on a more serious. I go bet me you better trick. Team will kite ya. A 2-year din crowd. You think can even look at other players.
The media team. Manu family now. Why?
You know. And they are also waiting to pay the account.
All right.
Because at this stage, Nana is very crucial to the coach. Yeah. Because see, honestly, Ghanaians haven't been convinced with the way the Blasters have played in recent times. They've not been convinced. I say, so far the only convincing winner is Liberia win. I know was a competitive game. It was a friendly game. But qualifiers I think that we've not really been convincing enough. But like going back to what I was saying, the 3-back system, Nana, to some extent, eliminates wide players no. If the players don't person who operating from the wide areas, Nana, they will end up what? Being limited. When you watch the game against Liberia, Kudus was able to flourish in that game. And in that system, why? Because Kudus naturally, can be deployed as what? As a number 10. And Nwama also made good use of what? Of the speed in that game. In Joshua, that was why they were able to play around what? The striker in Antoine Semenyo. Because one, Antoine Semenyo also had what? Has a very, very good what? Link-up play and a hold-up play. But 3-back system will it be ideal going into big games and also the AFCON? When was the last time we even approached a major tournament with a 3-back system? 2022 World Cup. Because win the ball back, Portugal first game. No?
That return leg in Abuja too.
Yeah, and also in the very close games now. What? Very tactical. No? Because you don't want to. Yeah. But then I'm looking at how it might limit what? The efficiency of what? Some of our players. Because yes, you could have a solid what? Double pivot in Salis and also what? In Partey. Into usually you share coaches now. Normally, if you're creative and most creative what? Winger and to be maneuverable what? Wing back. Because in attack they would need that creativity. Is Chris Hughton willing to sacrifice one of his creative wingers to play as a right back or right wing back? Because it looks like gradually your left back position, your options were Hamidou was decent. We already have Gideon. Baba Rahman is also there. So that 3-back system, maybe they can what? Rotate over there. But then at the right back, where you have so many options at what? At the right hand side. So I believe that the system he will deploy on the day will be very, very key.
Right.
And I wouldn't be I feel say Anka for the first time. Nana, Oma Inaki, any Semenyo, pair up front,
Two top.
two top. Maybe a 4-4-2 flat or anything. Or even a diamond with Kudus behind them. Now on share the way on Kudus ni way Semenyo telepart in the bedding. Ebeye. Because so far say he's not really paired them in the same game. Or they've had limited time being paired together. But in a game like this, you go with the 4-4-2. Allow these two players to build that what? The connection. Because I feel, sometimes I feel from where I sit, the guy is only struggling. Inaki Williams is only struggling because maybe the system is not what? Is not favoring him. Semenyo is what? Is Owusu. Why? Because maybe he has what it takes to what? To play in that system.
Right.
So why don't we tweak the system a bit what? To suit them. Nana, I feel yes, the 3-back is ideal. Good. But then going into a tournament, what do you say? Each game comes with what? A different plan. Because the opposition is what? Is different.
Yeah.
A league, 38 games, now I can say when they may call with ways. But in tournaments, every game, you need to what? Tweak things. So I believe that yes, the 3-4-3 we can adopt. But let's try other formations as well, Nana.
Gracias. Max FM 89.7. Josiah, Nanedu, and what to say almost submissions on the Black Stars Abba. After this quick one, we do the Bet Power Premier League. Okay, so Princess not share. I'm going to share 4-0 away.
I think 3.
3-0 away.
Yeah, we share 3.
And they're playing the return leg tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a done deal. Okay. So Monday, Nafisa will be here to give us the lowdown. We're coming back right now.
Cancelo! What a hit! It's Messi! 2-0 to PSG. It's Mane and it's blasted into the back of the net by Naby Keita. Shot on target! Oh my word! That was the Sputnik! Through the middle, opportunity for the Fabians! They are back in it! Awako!
When fundamentally you fail to do the right thing over the years, Africa, again, over the years, almost sustaining also.
We say Manchester United is winning quadruple. Hey, I'm penny for say a mochi of your son, you multi-penny, a yet Sasabonsamo Wabu Achacha, and a yet mass post pack. Yasa Abebio, a Juada Ecosi, a Fiadano Panon Cron, Ecosi, a Riaprem to Brim, Sia, Yadia, Daddy, and Kwan de Bebrel.
All right, we are back and we're zooming straight into the local league. We start with Division 1 football, we enter into the Premier League, but messages kakra and sign up to us. So we say good morning. I'm doing the listening live from Asham and Fita line. My team to qualify from the group stage is Group A, Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria. Group B, Egypt and Ghana. Group C, Senegal and Cameroon. Group D, Algeria and Burkina Faso. E, Tunisia and Mali. Group F, Morocco and Zambia. My greetings to all my friends at Asham and Fita line and my lovely wife, Rabi. This is your boy, Amount from Ashaiman. Good morning, guys. You guys are doing a great job for your listeners. Please kindly tell Mr. Predictor to help us get some cash for the weekend because since Monday to yesterday, all the bets spoiled. I have all the audio recordings. Sami from Spintex, 18 Junction. You see? Predictor, what? I'm for a record what to. Good morning, Max Sports. Ada Gula is back in training with the team. He was never injured. He was held back from playing for the Turkish national team. He'll be available for the game against Sevilla after the international break. Scope Slick from Santa Maria inside Antico. I like your name, Scope Slick. Wow, Scope Slick. This one says, Nana Darkwa. Yesterday, the predictor tried, but Croatia deliberately didn't win at home as predicted. I totally agree with Samuel Inkum. To win the AFCON, only the football people will put things right. The only lesson these football people have learned is to present outrageous badges. Go to the tournament only to disgrace Ghana. Good morning. This is Joe from Odoko. What a punchline. This one says, good morning, Nana. I thank God for your life. A great cameo from Leo Messi with a corner kick Okay, and now Messi hit the post twice after coming off the bench. Messi almost scored an incredible goal right from the corner. Yes, I saw it. He's been trying this for some time now, and we may see that goal sooner or later. This is your boy, Young Money Baron, Airborne, Atashiman, Pink Lady. All right, sir. This one says, super awesome congrats to all the awardees at the 10th anniversary ceremony of Pong Katamansu Municipal Education Directorate yesterday, especially Mrs. Annette Ajua Esiedu Owusu of Pong Presby School and Mariam Mohammed, formerly of Pong Presby School. Thanks to all who graced the occasion too. Jonas Tinkran goes on to say, super awesome birthday, though belated, to Benjamin Quatten, formerly of UCC. Bless you and proud of you always. Keep soaring. Jonas Cranton. Okay, where we go now? This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. Enquire.
This is our own, let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. I say this is our own, let's cherish our own. Division 1 League is back again. Women's Premier League is back again. I don't see a day what dog can want. And EJ can want. The day ratio more. I say a day what dog can want. And EJ can want. The day ratio more.
So interesting games are coming up in the BetPower Premier League Match Day 5. Say NTN. This evening at the Babayara Stadium, Asante Kotoko versus Eduana Stars. Nyame Aduma Echna Sunyako Nation Park. Bofakwa any BBN Gold Stars. Mediama and Swatchman postponed because Mediama are in Washington DC. Now Brekum Chelsea Nations Bebo El Golden City Park Kwesiada. Now Fikra Legon Cities Atun Safri Bechem United. Nyame Aduma Kwesiada or Elwak. RTU any Karela where the new Tamale Derby. RTU versus Karela. Heart of Lions ne Hearts of Bebo Wafa Park Usugako Pe Kwesiada. Samatex Ebebo in Century Sports Complex. Ewo on Summer Boy. Omni Dreams FC ND Boy. So these are the fixtures at a glance. Samatex versus Dreams FC. Hearts of Lions versus Hearts of Oak. Brekum Chelsea versus Chelsea. Chelsea versus Nations. Bofu versus Gold Stars. Great Olympics versus Accra Lions. Mediama and Swatchman postponed. Kotoko versus Adriana Stars. The top liner and the pick of the pack. The biggest game for this weekend.
We've been there. Division 1 League is back again. Since the days of Abedi Pele. We've been there. Nana.
So Division 1, Northern Zone 1. Zone 1, okay, 1A. Northern City versus Wasunta. Tamale City versus Techiman Heroes. Steadfast versus Mana FC. Power versus Victory Club. Zone 1B, DBB versus Balfour Soccer Academy. Brekum City versus Young Apostles. Mighty Royals versus Liberty. Now Wonders versus BA United. Zone 2, Vipers versus Park Academy has been postponed because of their accident to Vipers last week. And now Sefi All Stars ni Kim Faisal. Holy Stars ni All Blacks. Sharks any Young Red Bull. New Edubiase versus Rose Park. Future Stars versus Dwarfs. Sky FC versus Soccer Intellectuals. Inzima Kotoko versus Asikem. Kotoku Royals in Zone 3. Womani Akachi All Stars. Acham Divisa versus Susubiribi. Kings Palace versus Uncle T. Good morning to Mr. Isaac Tete of TT Brothers. Mbacho, Kache Tony Loco said, last year, your boy draw sound. This year, we no like draw Tony Loco. Utina fi Emma Cham Divisa no board draw. This time, make sure you don't come from a Kosombo without a point. I'm warning you, Tony Loco. Now, God, any nani and airball, Accra Athletic versus Steel Believe. When Accra Athletic for technical director, Sika Akono. On Accra Athletic, technical director. Yes, so it's an interesting contest. Karim Zito is technical director of Steel Believe. You ever heard about Kusi? Koforidua Sempa, how many golden kick and a ball, and Honorable Peter Mewus, Hoho United versus Okou United. Vision versus Home Stars. These are Division 1 league fixtures. Time call. Nana Yankwe.
Yeah, in February, I don't know.
Aye.
Big game near end.
Yes, sir.
And game we me who first the bad team they say. Kotoko nyira mo ho. Na omunya 2 continuous win. Na and shifting Kwafumba Stadium Kumasi. Because I think by 6 matches Kumasi ni nyina draw. Kotoko winning game.
After beating Aduana in Kumasi last season, Kotoko have not won a game in Kumasi.
Again.
Yes.
Wow. So I say the last time Munya win were away near Accra Lions. No, Masabenya the same away win against Accra Lions. The last time Munya win with home is against Ediana Stars.
Chat not to.
Mama no zika. Na where they are friend saying, "Omo di me omo de friend no."
Say na kwam dam kwam. Any Christopher Damenyamu ne be unza.
And enum knowledge no.
What I say?
And enum knowledge no.
There be me nya de o sala.
Asem. I see. And Nana Obi can knowledge beat them say 83 Kotoko winning league. 93 Kotoko winning league. 2003 Kotoko winning league. And this year 2023. What I say?
Oh, you know more.
2013 so yes, Kotoko winning league. And this year so yes also 2023. And one will believe in numerology move back so no.
We see.
And yeah has said per last time we winning away at Car Lions. Safu Taylor. Now this time so we knew our Car Lions. Kalu Watara. We winning home. Ediana Stars. And that's just says how crucial go no.
Yeah, Zeze.
The AJ
Goal of the season.
Okay. See, maybe in there in 6 p.m. Kotoko bet ma peke their maximum 3 points because Ediana Stars team no performance were away inside that niche sir. Right. Even their home games me no mo winning you know. Madrian say media ma game no. No mo say that stable sir. Na omo to be peke the maximum 3 points share 2 goals. On my last home game, my boy, was against Brekum Chelsea. Brekum Chelsea so na recent performance na on and off kaka. No much me winning by 1 goal to no. So Kotoko ye the one. Once a kwani mu abie by getting a win e wa away no. They can go move to 8 points by the end of this evening. And it's over 8 points. About on them Bofako be the same point, right? Ghana League. We win 1-2 games, so what do so? And that is the beauty of the game, man. They will do some better. So before that, Nana, me tepe ha to good news I heard say, almost that ni fresh injury be our camp. Pem come me deal with Kumasi no. Most of the players they are available for selection. Who say? Adeba come me coach no one say goalkeeping you know, it looks like say setting than lad ho. Because the last 2 games on wada. Now all their games no so wa pair Ansu and Nudin. That was the heart of the central defense. And they are there by Abuomo. The laterals na Asasa Kakra. Augustine Japo about most of the matches now. The one from Bofoso about 1 game. And of course, left back position so a new player boy ahead of Tedeku in their last game against Accra Lions. So that is where the issue is. Medford, no, it looks like Lamte and of course Intimenu are consistent in their last 2 games. So many opportunity airball. That is a good thing for them. Lamte free injury by you know. And imagine him say that decision making now, oh yeah, I'm gonna cross the ball no 18-yard box no. Na Makotoko winning again go against Accra Lions. So before say Lamte, Intimenu, and of course reporter make ten say almost 20-man squad Baba Yayanka.
Yes, he's been replaced by Enoch Morrison.
Enoch Morrison, former of Ken Faisal.
Yeah.
I don't know say injury or review.
Oprah Accra Lions.
Oh, okay, that is it. So that is a report I made. So 20-man squad about the ball against Ediana no on cash squad no. So Morrison is also a good player. What we play experienced player ball last season at the match of the Kotoko. So a game be anana make for a slim win for Santi Kotoko in their game against Ediana Stars. Right. This time round, Oko Kumasia Kotoko ball against Ediana at the same Kotoko ball against us. And near DH no so. And Kotoko per se anytime you go home against Aduana or finding a way be picking the maximum to the point. So my mom was straight win in that game. The other game here, Pando House of Lands against House of Folk.
I want to Soga.
Soga Pape. Now Zoya Kabibi, time and I will be a question be about House. The last time we win away game.
Yeah.
Again, it's 12. And yet, my House of Folk. And I first say, House and Danny Yamini. Lions or no or Lusu game behind in the Premier League. Also winning game behind. So before say a game where, or by person, the first shoot against House of Folk.
Yeah.
So they done make can say, Doctor, and yet the one has team no Pando. And 20 year, sa draw no, home games, so diagra, yen do second one, a behano.
Oh, man.
In Tom to Tom Yama ye, and I first say a game beer, a sense of pie, I will not be surprised. House of Folk against Pando House of Lawrence, a game beer, a sense of pie or what, I will not be surprised, and a house and come Monkaka. One win out of, already 4 games I have body, and same for the house, and the in the summer year recruitment, until at least, I'm done many, but I suppose that game may also end in a draw. But for match, we met me there test to say, result of matters in your Premier League, and your crocodile, young bad a year. Performance, no more say, or met much less or matter being with the air. Again, be any go stars. I'm very good travelers. Eba Olympics, Eba Peke, a one nil loss against Olympics. Our first game also. Omokwa away. Eko lusuye. Inti home games me against Kotoko. And their last home game no to me pick the maximum win so me feel say a game bia me tepe bofo a slim win in their game against Bebiani Gold Stars. Also the new Tamale Derby.
Yeah, the new Tamale Derby. I have an interview with the Honorable Aruna Idrisu, but we're trying to fix the dates.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we think after new Tamale Derby, ni Tuesday be na ko bank.
Oh, say we are. They be bad Oma. Ubenya Aruna so mess boss abli. I say Nana, I like football, but I'm a parliamentarian.
In the bank I say oh na otua no.
Na ko on to.
Otua no sanke ye.
Na ne du nkasa. Come on.
That and then that me executive producer na me tawechi.
Oh, sorry.
What I say? Na Josiah Swedi no aye the ordinary producer no. Na be I fine. Since we no me say na kwantene ko na na de be kwa ba.
Okay.
Na I fine. So me pose again be out to you. After winning against Hearts, 3 games na trust no mun pick win.
Karela Benya draw Kumasi.
Karela Benya draw Kumasi. Last year so Benya draw Kumasi.
Wow.
And out to you. After winning against us, lost 2-1 to Bofo, 2-2 to Heart of Lions, and of course, Lusu trainer Ewa away.
Right.
So before say, person pick your win the biome against Karela, and heard the goalkeeping chart now. Adamako what 3 goals.
Amankona.
Now Amankona what 3 goals.
Ronald Frimpong.
Now Ronald Frimpong what 3 goals.
Saka.
Manaf what 3 goals.
Saka Omienu. Saka Omienu.
So it means 4 players and what 3 goals. Out of the 4, no, Emumi and Saya former Heart of Folk Kotoko players.
Wow.
2 from Asante Kotoko, Adamako, and Yamankona. Now 1 from Heart of Folk, Manaf.
Interesting.
In the game, yeah. Mama out to you straight win, Nana.
All right.
Mama out to you straight win. Legontitis, any became.
They're going to draw with Nations.
Nations. I'm not sure first go na Nations, but take later on.
Otia Kenton and Kobe Mensah have 2 games to keep their jobs. Legon City is one of
so
them.
So it means interview now on your year, never be wo.
Interview now many year no.
Okay, the way
but the interview was the right interview.
Absolutely.
And the right answers because contrary to the internet reports, they had not been sacked.
Yes, but
so the interview only wanted to establish whether they have been sacked or not.
And that is a fact. We
didn't sort to find out whether they've been given games, yes, an ultimatum or not. So we found out what we wanted.
That day, I want to kasano.
But Oti gave us a leeway.
Yes, Osha the way and
the all right.
I can't. The way and the name the num not to be wo.
Right.
Inti again bia. I don't think about my bank cry about picky win.
Okay.
I don't think so. Remember they got this double chance in that game. Brekum Chelsea will beat Nations FC.
In Brekum.
Coach, this will winning the first game, no winning game. The last time I can't score, Konya draw.
Yeah.
Into also pressure. I said, but I say, we an interview. No, I worried about. Or Nima the couldn't see a moon to me picky win. Brekum Chelsea team. No, it looks our confidence is the team here, baby.
when coaches speak that way, I get baffled that you don't know why your team is not winning. You should know.
I say on say why bibia. It go to a time can no be stand on say fatigue na. After mo come boss in the tournament, no be stand on questions no in the interview but before say a game be a member with stretch win. I was a game no. Some others will be dreams.
Thank you very much, Josiah.
I think I'll talk about the Kotoko game.
Yes, you don't need to talk about the Hearts game.
No.
It's you are commentating on that game.
Yeah, so it's the Kotoko game I'm more interested in.
Yeah,
and
so you can prefer to do only that game. That's fine.
Yeah, Meshe table no. It looks like Kotoko could move from last to first in just 2 games. Because I know we near automatically to be first.
They are separated by just 3 points from the top.
3 points. And almost since almost I think 3 goals. In some more goals I think. So they'll be first.
Yeah.
It's between time or more 2 games. So they've moved straight from last to first.
So I'm tempted to agree that Martin Koopman knows what he's about.
Of course.
They are too close.
No, that's no one even said they are close. Or no one even said they are close. So as I say, he knows, and that's why maybe some of these management members no are now bored. No, will be patient.
Calmness.
Just be calm. Nana, I noticed one thing about the Kotoko team on Monday against Lions. I don't know if it was because of the opposition. Interna Prosper Nateogum set up that way. Or it was because that's how he wants them to play. But then I noticed something about the midfield trio. In team, Menu, Mo Sharif, and also Lamptey. Nana, and Oshe players where it looks like they all have their qualities. In team was very, very instrumental for Kotoko with their build up from the back. Because Nana Benin Amwa on the left hand side and also a Japan were instructed to push high. So you could see, say, whenever they had the ball, Intim was the one who could drop down and link up the play for them. Mo Sharif, Nana is a hard-working guy. And I wouldn't be surprised that maybe Kotoko fans might not miss Richard Bwedu because of this guy. And talking about Richmond Lamptey, I believe there are very few creative players than him in the league. Per what I saw against Lions, Nana. And I won't also be surprised, say, the coach might maintain these 3 players. Or even Oshe from the goalkeeping department to the back 4 to the midfielder. I could say, these players will be maintained. And Trabebi and Kakrabeba will be who partners Mukwala. Because Baba is injured, we are hearing. So definitely someone will start in place of him. I don't know if that will be Enoch Morrison. I don't know if someone will be started. Yeah. But then Michelle, how Kotoko set up or how Prosper set up that team against Lions. Nana, Kotoko could be very, very dangerous if they gel up. Carlo Rata after scoring, I've noticed something. Odim say in that game they played against Gold Stars, Mo Sharif came off the bench to score.
Yeah.
He started the next game.
And
assisted. Baba Yaya also scored in that Karela game. The next game he started.
Kolo started.
Kolo didn't start in their last game.
But he scored.
He scored. So I'm forced to think that Anshana Baba Sports now then will go for him. Two top. Then maybe he plays Morrison right behind them. It will make us say in such a ball team we want. It will be the top 3. And one thing I'm beginning to realize is see, Mukwala hasn't started scoring. But they are getting some crucial points. Yeah. So if he should find his feet, then maybe Kotoko could be the team to beat. Because going into this game, that win alone against Lions, Nana, has really, ballooned their confidence. As of now, their confidence said, no, if we've been able to get a win against Lions, then at home we'll be able to get things done. Now they are going into this game at the back of 6 straight draws at home. 18 available points, or we need 6 pair. That's dating back to to last season. 6 straight draws at home. 6. Already they played 2 this season. Heart of Lions there back. Karela 1-1. But I see the good thing is, despite the fact that they are struggling, I say this season Kotoko goes on better across the pitch. Obia Benyebi. And that's also the mark of what? A good team. 2 seasons ago, when they won the league, Udim said more than 80% of their goals came from what? Etuga and what? Infege. Banshana this season, Ankoyesa, because
last season most of the goals also came from
Mukwala, who scored 13 for them. I think last season they ended up with 38 goals. Into Mukwala, she had 30 now. It means almost 30% of the goals of share.
Or 11. And
The
across
13.
all competitions.
No, all competitions. I think I said 13 or something. So Ushe team now, I said that's why they want to buy the code time, because they know that things could work.
All right.
Nana, you have any committee for?
Yeah, they are coming here for someone is asking, Nana, please today no predict Mpucho Ohu Wamba Joe from a fan call 055 00 JB Fresh Fruit Juice, proud sponsors of the sports park. Weekendy, Unuabusian for make it a point to go get some. Join in now and Chitrin come on 055 00 and 05793025. Hello.
Nana Darkwa Gyasi.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Nana Yawan Komani.
Nana Mpacho Eda CT.
Obviously, the number 1 sports station when it comes to mid-morning. Nana, my main touch a little bit on the Black Stars and the group. I think the analysis, you are comparing something. Me, if I cast my mind back in a PS time, Asian, Muntali, their time, in as much as they give us exciting football. Now, I'm a bobo now, they are delighted to watch because it's a Black Stars bobo. Look at question. They didn't give us a cup. No matter what the squad depth we had that time, they didn't give us a cup. If you compare to the recent Black Stars, need their air corner. In Nana Darkwa, I don't see any difference. All that we want from Black Stars is a cup. But then the cup is also not coming because of the football people. What did they do? Not good or bad. They are not helping Black Stars to win a cup. Like somebody text a message or say, what they do is, outrageous budget.
But the fact that I read the message does not mean what the person wrote is right.
Yeah, I know. So what it doesn't mean what they said is right. But we are all in Ghana. Football, yeah, dear church. Some of us have had opportunity to sit on radio before. Then what did they do? Everything up Wama Pastors Aji Cap Amagana since 1982. Because that time Karanami wine, since I was 2 years or 3 years by then, compared to when they.
All right.
When they do things right, Black Stars will win a cup. But they don't do things right. They call players, local players, they don't beat them. Your mom matches them more. They should give them competition to compete with the other players. No, into one when you what is a way your man match with a boy or yadi. You're fun in bra. I go and some says to play the prayer. You know, you're funny machine number four. And it's all about football people.
Nana Mpacho, I'm on forward line, H. So your point is well made. Thank you very much for your point. We're grateful that you joined us. Hello.
Good morning, Anna.
Yes, sir.
El Capitano.
El Capitano. Wow, I just saw your message. I was about to read it.
Oh, good morning again. Thanks for the good job you're doing.
Yeah.
Basa. Charlie, the analysis this morning, top notch, man. Top notch from Nanedu and everybody. The group, they will qualify. They're trying to they ever qualify. We should just do our best. And good luck to Accra Suffolk this weekend. Yeah. And very big thanks to Carrigo Group for the nice burial service they did for their brother in Bobby Kuma last weekend. God bless everybody. We are the AWO group.
worldwide. 89.7 Max FM. Join us. 0579 3000 250 0201 Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Nana. Apumboko.
Okay. Pachority.
Hello, Nana. But if I'm Daniel, I'm first life.
Danny Pachoyenko.
But you can't say my your group, no. You sure say Ghana and Egypt, you qualify. You qualify, but you go to any big things like you say it's me, the other countries in a big nation. You qualify. Number two, besides a predictor.
There be a predictor. The machine no kakra wama.
And okay, the American say the other man I say I'm winning and I'm more born and you know I'm in a predictor.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Okay, so there's a gentleman called Dube. El Capitano say Ocha Onyamisha oni de uye nyina. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Nana Darkwa Gyasi.
Yes, sir.
Line move. Me the line move from Ashama New Town.
Okay, boss.
Nan point with my family. Nan point samo. Me feel mo pa na so ene po na ma fra benyamo.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Make a type of group no kakra. Na group we there me sure say maybe the Egypt there or say nyashe by saying 20 say other two countries no move but then so to qualify. We there me sure say consulting work excuses be pre-bia say qualifier e bia say be pre we there say to qualify. Na nyankopon show dey my power.
Nyankopon shall be brave. Thank you very much for your call. We're grateful. Sports Park brought to you by Max Buy. Hello.
Nana Darkwa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Nana Darkwa, your time 50 minutes. What is over 10 minutes?
There be 50 next week. Me dey go 15 pacho.
If we monitor, I will tell you be monitor. Me say monitor.
Pacho you.
Nana Darkwa, you can Nyankopon show. Now, Nana Darkwa, the person is a question. He said, "Who answer no? You the one that who see because we interview be a who can be straight. Now that interview position. Don't go back to your papa. Nyankopon show plan ni agena one. Now me say we get to me. Nana Darkwa me say from qualification players on ball match no. Any Yakobo Afcon to players here the omo ball. That's why yes say you man me share. Omo you omo film. Any omo the omo beka.
Pacho me ya ma.
Nyankopon show. Any of my power.
So. We thank God for everything. Come on. Hello.
Hello, Nana.
Minya.
I know ni Nana Nyamisha.
I know me pass
Nana. Nana Darkwa.
Na University of Ghana for no da suti.
Hey, Mr. Numba now crown. Who dey be you go back friend? What's it? Me go how dey watch baby o.
Yeah, you are there see.
Nana watch baby o boso. Nyamisha o ye juma pa na o dey eja. From good radio good my follow up to the intimidate what you can do. Nana I'm say you will say no I've gone there but Ghana for I need a free say Ghana need you to qualify Ghana. I know that's why we are our wish but you Comoros one group of players and we are qualified and you know your mom fire and I receive me. You know, you want to because and fire never want to players, you know, any foreigners, you know, whatever players ever from. They beat me up, why, but the need is back on the energy and we can hear and see. Yeah, none here, they can buy any ever want players in that my idea, and that's why your bonfire and got to command and said they didn't do can. Say, and near my sisters are there, near we need a first match or whom I check. Now you need be near you are the and the attendant as they say, Juan, Nana, only Yamia Juan, but now the university for more children, the only frames is here.
All right. Yeah, that's the before the chat talk. We'll pick a final call and then we'll call it a wrap. Hello.
Nana Darkwa.
Openi.
No machine on your bridge of Wina.
Young Queminia.
Yo, the mechanic said, Afcon, so, Yagana for no. Sisiano, Ubia Pesegana Bedi Cup. And to the essay in I and say, Mamuning I say, essay de Akuma. Say O Timu, say Nitimu, say O Cocho, in the green I am Akuma, and church day. because ade bia wo ye bia wo de wakoma ete kire a yakopon kra boa wo amatimi ye adwuma so wo ye Ghana for no bekyire akwala o ani o obia nyina fa yakoma entire blaster team neti because nipa bebre hu afcon ni bi ye momu de yakopon da ma yetimi hu bi but omo bana de bia sorry a omo kasi we are see no omo na hu bi da the American say ye nyina fa akoma pa entire team neti na mi ami team kotoko so na de who said 3 point GB over by Rache, and then your baby. I mean, Chia, Madeleine, watch a seller, our castle fanco, Nana, Benjamin Yajuma, bye bye.
Yes, we are Magdalene, watch a seller, Kaswa. I still feel the pain in the 2015 AFCON final. We were leading by 2 goals cushion. How on earth did we miss the target? Instead of you and other experienced players wants to kick, they allowed Ahrodo, Beans players, joked with our hearts. Oh, Charlie. In the name of the last kick glories, I still miss Christian Achu. What a player he has been. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Pound sterling from Asham and Jericho. We all miss Christian Achu. Come on. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Max Bide, JB Fresh, G Fast Travels, Star Times, and a Techno Mobile, and a Koya Moa, and a Dijumedian buy. Thank you to Tony for the production. Today the predictor didn't come. Next week we'll see. Thank you to Michael. Thank you to Daniel, NY, Vensa, Holy, Gideon, Belinda, Princess, Mutala, Yausta, Jude Champon, Nafisa. My name is Nana Darkwa Gyasi. Have a super duper weekend. And remember, with God, all things are possible. And in everything, glory be to God. Have a great weekend. NY is coming up next with